Hello and welcome. My name is Wyatt, and I will be your captain on this journey through the wonderfully dark world of Lunacid. This is a game made by Akamakura, and is heavily inspired by older FromSoft titles like Kingsfield and Shadow Tower Abyss. So let's get into it. As you can see, I have played this game quite extensively.
Long ago, a great beast came from the sea and brought with it a poisonous fog that spread across the earth. Corrupting everything it reached, the poison fog slowly transformed the world and brought about a new age. Now, grounded by the poison sky and outnumbered by creatures, humankind became desperate and formed feudal kingdoms. Closed off from each other, they became paranoid and are on the brink of extinction. Those deemed undesirable, such as criminals or the ill, are cast out, banished into the depths of the Great Well, a pit of the diseased and undead. The Great Well is said to have but one door to the surface.
I really love this PlayStation 1 vibe the game has going on. Wretched thief, thinking of stealing your life back? You belong to the depths now. Oh, man, he just cut off your body. That was rude. Alrighty, here we go. The last time I played, I went with Thief. It's a pretty middle-of-the-line starting class, not bad for your first run, but I think this time I am going to go with Shinobi. I've got decent stats for both melee and ranged combat, and having high speed is actually pretty good. Oh yeah, you can add your own custom images to use as your character portrait, and I will probably end up doing a video on those at some point. But for now, let's just go with... yeah, that works. Whoops. Finalize creation. And there we are. Wonderful. Press Tab or I to open up your inventory, but we do not have anything right now. The music in this game is absolutely fantastic. Ooh. Our first weapon. Replica Sword. An expertly sculpted piece of stone made to resemble the steel longswords of the castle guard. Not an elegant weapon by any means, but better than nothing. Now in this game you can tap the button to attack, to do quick attacks, but those generally don't do much damage at all, or you can hold the button to charge an attack fully. And the charge speed is based on the speed stat of your weapon. So there's no way to increase attack speed or anything like that. This pretty thing is our save crystal. We can come here to level up and to warp to other places after we've discovered some more. Just gonna save really quick. Let's examine this. Newest of the Fallen, take up your sword and fight. Kinda strange that the other people thrown down here didn't pick up the stone sword. Break that. Oh, that's cool. Right there, on the top right hand of the corner of your screen is the charge bar, and below it, it looks like there is a bar to track the experience of your weapon. And experience is increased when you break things or attack enemies. That's actually really convenient, knowing... Let's see. Seek the slumbering creature of moonlight. They are the last existing door. That looks dangerous. Break some of these pots, see if we can get some money so we can buy a better weapon. Smacking things with a stone is kind of depressing, honestly. Let's go this way. Oh, look at that. This game has a dismemberment system, which is kind of cool, because you can completely eliminate an enemy's ability to attack if you break the right parts. Like, this snail can't even hurt me anymore. Ooh, money. Ocean Bone Shard. That's a crafting ingredient for when I get to the hub area. Something you have to be careful of with enemies is that some of them have interesting mechanics like these snails, where you can't actually damage them very much if you hit them in this shell. See, his health is barely going. Ow. Bad step. Oh, he's hiding. I wonder... you can hit them on the bottom when they curl into their shell. No, come back. Defeating enemies gives you experience, which is pretty normal, and you can see it down there at the bottom as a percentage to the next level. These things can be kind of nasty. They have a ranged attack, and let's see if I can get him to do it. They can inflict a status effect called Curse Up. That was just his ranged attack. It deals dark damage. The cursed status effect will prevent you from attacking, which can be kind of frustrating. They're pretty harmless here, though. Mana Vial. Let's go ahead and equip that. A silver vial of liquid that fully recovers the drinker's magic ability, made from the cranial fluid of magic adept beasts during the birth of magic. It's kind of gross when you think about it. I don't know that I want to be drinking brain fluid of random creatures. And here's our first spell, Ghost Light. Summons a spectral orb of light that follows the caster for 60 seconds, useful for illuminating the depths of the well. And the well gets quite dark, literally and metaphorically. Just gonna walk past this dude. It's kind of cool that they're actually passive in this area, so you don't have to fight them if you don't want to. Health vial, very important. A golden vial of blood that fully recovers the drinker's vitality, given to knights during the subterranean crusades. These vials remain a precious relic of that time. It's kind of cool how the healing item in this game heals you fully. Mana potions actually do the same. They're a little hard to come by in the beginning of the game, though. And look at that, our first offensive spell, Flame Sphere. Fires a flaming javelin, a weaponized form of pyromancy created by the Fire Witch Ashley. Talk to you in a second. Come back to the save point. And interacting with this thing will completely recover your health and mana, so it is important to save often. Cast spells in this game, you hold down the, well, I play in controller, so it would be holding down the right or left bumper until that little bar fills up, and then you release the cast. Increasing your intelligence will also shorten the casting time. Right, Temple of Silence, left, Hollow Basin. That is about all we can do here for the moment. So let's go back and talk to the demon girl that was standing there. Now we'll come back for that. Not too much to see here in this first level. Not yet, at least. Well, you look a little lost. This area is called Hollow Basin. It's the highest reach point of the Great Well. It's also one of the safest areas of the Great Well, except of course Wing's Rest. Speaking of Wing's Rest, I can spirit you there if you want. Yeah, sure, why not? Thanks, Demi. And here we are, the hub. Whenever you see one of these save crystals that's embedded in the ground, it's a good idea to walk up to it and activate it, otherwise you won't be able to warp. Now that we're here, you can see that we have 2 spots we can go to, and this will just take us back to the area we were just in. I'll go ahead and save, because it is a habit. Crystal Shard. A fragile shard of crystal. By breaking it, the magic that is released surrounds the user and warps them back to Wing's Rest. Super important. Oh good, it worked. Last time I tried that spell, it only worked about halfway. That's concerning. So this is Wing's Rest, an old temple of sorts made by a sect of holy monks. They were banished into the Great Well back during the Crusades. Although they are long gone, their protective magic still lingers. Take your time and relax here. If you want to head back out, use the crystal where you came in. She's so nice. Hey, Captain Wyatt. Take your time and relax here. If you want to head back out, use the crystal where you came in. Very relaxing soundtrack here. Oh, what a mess you've been caught up in. Welcome to the depths, outsider. Escape to the outworld has long been a myth. But if you're going to explore, why not prepare yourself? Fancy a new trinket, perhaps? Yes, indeed I would. I've only got about 9 coins, so I think I'm just gonna buy this key. Gonna need that to progress. And I will buy a mana vial. So I'm going to be using my light spell here quite a bit. Do not break these boxes, because that's rude. Also, I'm pretty sure it makes the shopkeeper increase her prices. Something fun about Ring's Rest is that it has so many of these flowers, and hitting flowers boosts your experience bar for your weapon. Which is very important, because a lot of weapons get quite a bit more powerful when you upgrade them, though sometimes there are drawbacks. Like maybe your backstep or your guard will reduce when it upgrades, but most of the time damage will increase or it'll gain a new damage type. This stone sword, for instance, actually becomes a real sword, which increases its damage. I think it might reduce backstep or something, though. Let's go talk to Etna. Salutations, Outlander. Welcome to the depths. I am Etna. I study the sacred art of alchemy down here. If you happen on any materials during your journey, you should bring them to me. Want to do some alchemy? Sure. I don't actually think I have enough of anything. I do not. Here you can check formulas, and you start with a few unlocked. Definitely going to want to get some of these. Needs 3 ocean bone shards. Well, hello there, Sonny. People call me Clive. ToS... Wow, that's, Well, that's not really my name. I seem to have lost it. My memory isn't quite what it used to be. But my bones is good. I stay young by drinking these little health tonics. Here, why don't you take some? You look a little mealy. Mealy, like bone meal? Wow, that was bad. Be careful of wandering the depths. Not everything out there is as peaceful as a skeleton. Hey, Captain Wyatt. Be careful wandering the depths. Not everything out there is as peaceful as a skeleton. Clive is actually pretty cool, because when you come back here later and you talk to him, he'll ask if he's told you a story recently. And each of these stories actually gives you a little backstory about the world or one of the inhabitants of Wing's Rest here. Alrighty, we are going to go back out. And I want to get a little bit more experience so that I can level myself up. Save quickly. Nothing is more annoying than losing an hour's worth of progress because you forgot to save. Yikes. Oh well, that's pretty strong. Kinda gotta hit him in the head though. Oh, maybe not. Now it's a little hard to see, but there's actually a crosshair at the center of your screen, and that is what dictates whether or not you hit an enemy. Transparency can be a bit annoying because it makes it hard to see, especially in areas like this with lots of white. Oh, we have a visitor. Oh, okay. Where are you going? Ah! Ocean Bone Shard, gonna need that. We have left to level up now, perfect. Probably help if I didn't go the wrong way. We'll go back down there eventually. There's actually a secret path that'll turn that into a shortcut. Alright, so we got 3 points to spend. Strength increases your maximum health by 5 points and also boosts your melee damage a bit. Defense gives you 10 points of health. Speed boosts your base movement speed, which is actually pretty important. Dexterity increases ranged damage and jump height. Intelligence gives you... looks like 8 points of mana, and also the amount of damage you do with spells and how quickly they charge. Super important for spellcasters. And then resistance reduces the amount of time that you're inflicted with status effects. It apparently also, when it reaches 100, will give you passive mana regeneration, but I haven't actually done that on any character. I think I'm going to boost my dexterity, because I want to get my jump height up. I should save. Really want to get up there. Let's see if we can pull this off. Oh god. Nope. Oh, nope. Nope, we can't. Well, that was unfortunate. Good thing I saved. Now, let's take a look at this enchanted key that we bought from Cheryl. You're going to need this to progress. A birched key made from ocean bone, able to remove the old enchanted gates that were put in place after the Crusades. Every time you re-enter an area, well, every time you leave an area, the enemies will respawn. This also works if you warp back to the same place you already were, which is pretty convenient for farming certain things. Alright, here we go. The creepiest gate in the world. It just blinked at me. Alright. You press up on the D-pad to use items, by the way. I'll admit I don't actually know the controls for keyboard and mouse. Ooh. Torch. This is a surprisingly useful weapon here. Hitting things with the torch a couple of times can actually set them on fire. It'll be pretty useful against the enemies that we'll find down here in the Silent Temple? I don't remember the name of this place. It's pretty dark. Enemies will sometimes drop money, but I find usually the most consistent way to get money is to break pots and coffins and things. They'll also drop crafting materials, like those ashes, which can be used to make bombs, I believe, which we will probably be using a lot. This man has seen better days. When you first enter this area, it's actually pretty safe, even though there's a bunch of creepy, faceless monks. So feel free to take some time to look around. Oh, health potion. least I thought there was. This game has a lot of hidden walls, and they will usually lead to interesting loot, and sometimes dangerous enemies, depending on the phase of the moon. Could have sworn. Maybe not. Oh, let's carry on. Oh, and you can see up there, my experience bar for my weapon is highlighted now. That means this weapon is ready to be upgraded. So we will head back to Wing's Rest shortly and upgrade it. Soon we'll be free of the accursed well, for great Prophet Abdul has found a way out. While we are tethered here physically, our minds can be extricated with enlightenment. Yeah, I don't think that that worked out the way they had hoped. Ritual Dagger. A strange, wicked-looking instrument. Seems to not do much damage, as it was intended to make the victim suffer by inflicting tiny, piercing wounds, which got infected from poison coating the blade. It does very minimal damage. I also think that the enemies in this area might have some kind of poison resistance, but if you hit them enough, it will actually poison them. Jump down here. More creepy faceless dudes staring at a something. This is my favorite spell in the game, Lithomancy, a forbidden blood magic that gives life to the inanimate. Unable to comprehend existence, the objects only scream, created by mad wizard Abdul before his exile. It is unknown what the purpose of this spell is. It actually doesn't do anything. Well, other than making objects scream. It was a joke between the game creator and somebody in their Discord. Come on. Takes a very long time to cast. And that is all it does. I actually spent quite a few hours on my first playthrough casting it on everything that I could, trying to figure out if there was some sort of secret mechanic with it, and it turns out there's nothing. It's just kind of silly. And now they're awake. Dismemberment in this game is very important. These mummies... Ow, that hurt. These mummies can inflict you with poison, and if you break their heads, they can no longer cast their poison spell. Uh-oh. I should probably fight this thing with a real weapon. I say real weapon and I pull out a piece of rock. movement is extremely important in combat because most enemies' attacks can be just completely avoided if you're paying attention. Which I was not there. It appears the brain was removed, but the wounds were inflicted within the skull itself. It looks like the brain carved its own way out. That's pleasant. Secret door. If you come across anything that looks kind of suspicious, it probably is. You can walk up to it and press interact, and sometimes it'll lead to new pathways. There's another one further on, so I'll show you how you can actually tell whether or not it's a secret door. Oh, and that's the poison I was talking about. Health potion, mana potion. Oh nice, we cut his arm off. No, I can't hit us with the sword. Oh, damn. I need to stop messing around. Oh, that right there, down there in the bottom left corner, you see a little question mark. If you ever see that, it means that you just walked past a hidden door. Most of these early enemies are actually pretty slow, so it's kind of simple to avoid them, and I think that is actually what we're going to do for the moment, so I'm low on healing. Huh. Look at this. Blood Strike. That's pretty cool. A weaponized form of blood magic. Some warriors sought these forms of magic to rely on their vitality rather than magical power. Blood magic's pretty interesting because instead of consuming your mana, it makes part of your health bar transparent, and it will eventually fill back up. It's actually similar to the bleed effect. Oh, poisoned again. Oh boy. This isn't looking good. Time to escape. Alright, let's go upgrade this sword while we have the chance. Yep, I would like to enhance my weapon, and it has now become the Heritage Sword. It lost a little bit of guard, I believe, but increased in damage. And I think we're going to call it for here. I will see you all in the next episode.